Welcome back to Dodgers Dugout Live, presented by Mountain Dew Baja Blast, the official soft drink of Major League Baseball and Dodgers Nation. Get a Baja for a blast this MLB season and enjoy a refreshing splash of tropical lime flavor. On today's episode, Shohei Ohtani has a microscopic .38 ERA. Will he throw enough innings to win the Cy Young? Also, Alex Freeland has sung Kim. Who will stay on the roster when everyone's back? Will one of them be gone when Mookie returns? We'll talk about that. Tyler Glasnow was dominant today in San Francisco. We'll get into his start. And did Logan Webb throw at Dalton Rushing? All that more coming up next on Dodgers Dugout Live.
Nothing brings us together quite like Dodger baseball.
Los Angeles wins it 3-1.
The Dodgers are ruining baseball. Let's get 4 more wins and really ruin baseball.
Oh my goodness! Shohei Ohtani! Whoa! Bounces one up the middle, bats to the back, over to first to beat the champ. You gotta knock him out. The Dodgers stand tall and win back-to-back titles.
Think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.
Live from the heart of Los Angeles, this is Dodgers Dugout Live with your host, Doug McKain.
What is up, Dodgers Nation, and welcome to another episode of Dodgers Dugout Live, the #1 Dodgers podcast and Dodgers show on YouTube. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMAC_LA. If you haven't yet, do me a huge favor. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, drop a like, drop a comment down below. Still going to be audio only with B-roll on this one. Still out of the mix, dealing with something. I'll be back very soon, though, not to worry. And, just bear with me. Still got to get some episodes in, talk Dodger baseball. Haven't taken a day off pretty much ever, so got to make sure I'm still giving you guys all the Dodgers news, rumors, content that you need. And there's so much to get into in the world of Dodger baseball, so let's get right into it.
Leading off, the hottest story in Dodger baseball.
All right, the hottest story in Dodger baseball is that it was heated today between the Giants and the Dodgers. The best rivalry in baseball, in my opinion. And today was another example that you got the little brother down in San Diego. You got the Yankees and the Red Sox. But for the longest time, it's been the Dodgers and the Giants. And no matter what their records are, no matter who's winning more, who's winning less, when you got the orange and black going up against Dodger blue, there's always tension. And there's always a different level of intensity. And today, in the third game of the 3-game series, well, we saw a little bit of a continuation of the other night when Dalton Rushing was walking off and it looked like the cameras caught him saying F him to Jung Hoo Lee, who looked like he maybe was injured after he was sliding into home plate, got a little banged up. Well, there was a play today in the 6th inning where Dalton Rushing goes to break up a double play, and then he slides into Willy Adames' feet. After the game, Luis Ariz had this to say. He said the umpire said it was a double play because he slid into Willy's feet. For me, that's not good baseball. It's not clean baseball. Thank God Willie's good and we made the double play. It's dirty, but for me, this is baseball. Dave Roberts said, I like that too. That's baseball. They're going to hit you. Webby's got really good command. I get it. They'll deny it, no problem, and I like the way that Rushing went in hard. It's nothing against Adames, and they turned a double play. It's good baseball, good hard-nosed baseball. So, look, let's not be soft here. It is good baseball. That's what we want to see. It really is. And Dalton Rushing is about that life, and he wants that smoke. And I think that's something that you love about Dalton Rushing is he's got an edge to him. He really, really does. And we saw that last year. We saw that this year. And as he continues to build confidence, he's looking like an alpha. And later in the game, well, what happened? Dalton Rushing was going to lay down a bunt, and then it just looked like Logan Webb had pitched him inside, and then the next play, the next pitch, he hits him, and it looks like it was intentional. And after the game, this is what Logan Webb had to say about it.
Probably not even shouldn't ask, but Rushing yesterday talked about the whole thing with Jung Hoo and what it looked like he said when Jung Hoo was hurt, and then again today, obviously didn't really look like there was any intent. What would you say about hitting Rushing?
What thing with Jung Hoo?
Oh, he was on video. It looked like he was saying kind of something disparaging when Jung Hoo was hurt.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Where were you trying to go with that pitch?
Just fastball inside.
So he was asked about the Jung Hoo Lee, Dalton Rushing mix-up, and Webb says, I didn't see that. And guess what? Dave Roberts wasn't buying it. He said, for me, he said what he said. I don't think he meant to do it personally, but they see it. Social media catches it. Webby's an old school guy, and he's protecting his teammates. So people are saying that Rushing and that reaction came off as insensitive. Rushing actually met with Haesung Kim, who's Jung Hoo Lee's close friend and his former teammate with the Heroes in the KBO, to check in on the Giants player to kind of try to mend the fences there. And he was aware of that clip that had gone viral over on social media, but he said it really didn't affect him. He said, I don't really care. I play the game hard, and I play with fire. There's no direction towards him or anything. I just think some people make something out of nothing. And then Giants manager Tony Vitello said, I know that guy. And he said he's from Tennessee. When I first got the Vols job, he played in Louisville. He's always played with an edge, very competitive. It's the nature of competitive stuff going on. So Rushing did not play on Wednesday, but he was back in the lineup after he ends up getting RBI single off of Webb in the second. He reached base again when he was hit with that pitch with one out in the sixth inning. And, Logan Webb said it's a fastball inside. So, hey, at least own it, man. We know it happened. So, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I'm not I love this stuff. And tempers are going to flare. And the next time we see the Giants is going to be on May 11th through the 14th in Los Angeles. Webb also said anytime we play these guys, it's always a little extra, right? It's one of the best rivalries in sports. I'm just excited we showed a lot of grit in all three games. I know it didn't go the way we wanted it to today, but we felt good in the clubhouse. So I love this rivalry, man. I'm dead serious. I just think that there's something special about those two teams when they get together. And to talk about the game a little bit, Tyler Glasnow, he was fantastic in this one. Best start of the season. He was great. He ends up allowing just a single and a walk, and another batter reached on an error. He got some ground ball double plays that took away both those base runners. So Glasnow only faced one over the minimum and threw 8 scoreless innings. And it matched the longest outing of his career. It was the 4th time he's done it, and the first time since he did it since April 21st, 2024, against the New York Mets. The Giants only batted twice with runners in scoring position. Once in the first inning after Luis Ariz stole second with 1 out. Glasnow, he bounces back and punches out Matt Chapman and Rafael Devers to end the threat. And then Glasnow, who gave up 3 hits to the Rockies and Giants in 15 innings. So he's the man of the road trip, man. Giving up 3 hits to the Rockies at Coors Field and the Giants total. I mean, 15 innings and 2 starts. He's on an absolute heater. He also had 9 strikeouts on Thursday. He lowered his season ERA down to 2.45. And he has a 31.7% strikeout rate, leads the Dodgers with 38 strikeouts this season to just 7 walks. And He matched Robo for the Dodgers' longest streak and longest start this season. 8 innings of work, and both guys, Glasnow and Robleski, faced just one batter over the minimum, so they were able to keep it at a minimum and keep it efficient. Hey, everyone says Glasnow's this and Glasnow's that, and that he wasn't a gamer and that he was soft. That was Glass then. This is Glass now. Let's hear from the ace after the game.
All right, Tyler, well, this is now 2 excellent back-to-back innings. I want to kind of just start from the beginning, though. How did you find, after that first inning of work, pitch count got a little bit up just to a few long at-bats, but really settling in to be so efficient, to put yourself in a position to get through 8 innings of work today?
Yeah, I think just a little tense early on, kind of like trying a little too hard, and I think as the game went on, I was just thinking about keeping my hands and my body loose and talking with Connor and Mark in between, and I just think I got into a good place as the game went on.
You look at just how you were navigating through their lineup. I mean, last week with Denver, it was a little bit more fastball heavy. This today, more sinker. Is that just feel, or was that more game plan for you?
A little bit of both. I think not throwing it last week put me in a good spot to like show it a lot more, and I think just throwing it in the game, it just felt a lot better too. I was more behind it. I could locate it a little bit more, and slider felt good off of it. So I think it was more probably both.
Today was the same kind of trend that you had this entire season, where a lot of your strikeouts are coming with the curveball. How have you been able to shape the 2 different type of curveballs to use it as that strikeout pitch?
Yeah, I think just like early on trying to throw it for strikes, throw it a little slower, like spike it, and then when I want to put a guy away with it, I'll just keep both fingers on it and just try to throw it hard. But I think that got a little better as the game went on. It was a little inconsistent, but I had good feel with it overall.
When you come out of the game and you see one hit, do you think back to Ariza's single in the 4th inning, or you can't think that way?
No, I think it was just early enough to, like, if it happened in like the 7th or the 8th maybe, but I think it was just, the 4th inning when it happened, so I don't really think about it.
What has been the process of kind of like reincorporating that sinker as a more like kind of primary pitch for you over the last couple of years? Like, what has it given you now, especially on like days like today? Yeah,
I think just having 2 heaters in general, like it's not, especially if it's like inconsistent, it's like one of 2 options. I think some days a 4-seam works, some days a 2-seam works. It's just having like another option to go to, and then inning by inning it kind of changes as well. So I think it kind of gives me like my 4-seam cuts a little bit, and then the 2-seam runs quite a bit. So it's just like so much to cover. And then I can play my slider and my curveball off of those. So it's really helped me out a lot, and I think starting to incorporate it more has been like made pitching a lot easier for sure.
There are home runs and then there are blasts. This year, when a home run is hit 420 feet, you can score a free Baja Blast. Fans can visit BajaBlastHomeRuns.com to sign up. Add a Mountain Dew Baja Blast card to your mobile wallet and redeem their free Baja Blast the day after a qualifying homer of 420 feet or more is hit anywhere nationwide. Follow @Mountain Dew and @MLB for live updates, exclusive content, and behind-the-scenes access. Here's a season of Baja Blast on the field and Baja Blast at the park. Enjoy a Mountain Dew Baja Blast, the official soft drink of Major League Baseball. Starting something new isn't just hard, it's terrifying. So much work goes into this thing that you're not entirely sure will work out, and it can be hard to make that leap of faith. Trust me, I know. When I started this podcast, I wasn't even sure what I was doing. What if no one listens? What if I make a fool of myself? Now I know that I was right in believing in myself and launching my podcast despite all the fears and hesitations. It also helps when you have a partner like Shopify on your side to help. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world, and 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from household names like Gymshark, Alo, Yoga, to brands just getting started. Get started with your own design studio with hundreds of ready-to-use templates. Shopify helps you build a beautiful online store that matches your brand style. Best yet, Shopify is your commerce expert with world-class expertise in everything from managing inventory to international shipping to processing returns and beyond. It's your time to turn those what-ifs into cha-ching with Spotify today. Sign up for your $1 per month trial today at Shopify.com/Dodgers. Go to Shopify.com/Dodgers. That's Shopify.com/Dodgers. Dodgers.
Now, as far as the Dodgers offense goes, Max Muncy drew a walk-off Logan Webb in the second inning, gets to second on a ground out. Then Dalton Rushing gets his second start behind the dish in this series. It was a night game. You get a day game. Perfect time for Dalton Rushing. He gets a base hit, singles home Muncy with 2 outs. It was the Dodgers' second run of this series, but their first run-scoring hit, and it was 20 innings and 77 plate appearances just to be able to hit that, which is kind of insane. And you got a big double by Kyle Tucker, Max Muncy on the first couple of pitches of that fourth inning. You got the Dodgers another multi-knock inning, and they scored 2 runs there in that series. And yeah, I mean, you look at this error by Drew Gilbert. It was his second double to score the first. Hey, that Max Muncy, he know how he fares against the Giants. 107.7 miles per hour off the bat. Logan Webb told me that that's the guy they game plan for when they go against the Dodgers, because he sees so many pitches, he hits so well there. And that was the Max Muncy experience. The Dodgers, they end up getting 3 runs on Logan Webb on 7 hits, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks for Logan Webb. But hey, how about your boy Tanner Scott going and getting the save, putting up zeros the way that he did? So a big day for the Dodgers, getting back in the win column. You end up salvaging it to a degree. We know they can play much better. I think the bright spots of this game are, one, Tyler Glasnow continues to say, hey, I'm not going to be overshadowed by Yamamoto and Ohtani. And when Snell comes back, that he's a surefire bona fide ace on most teams. He's their number 1 starter, getting the bobblehead, and he's the guy that most fans are wearing his jersey. On the Dodgers, a little bit of a different story, but hey, he showed why he's that guy and that his stuff is as big as it gets. And it's as big as his 6'9" frame, man. The dude's a giant. 6'8", 6'9", dude's huge. But Ohtani goes 0 for 5 with 2 Ks. Freddie 1 for 4. Teo goes 0 for 4. Kyle Tucker moving down to the cleanup spot. That was interesting. You moved King Tuck down. He had a little more success, so I don't know what that means moving forward. But Tucker, he ends up getting that double there in the third. Also got a base hit. Had 1 strikeout, so a better day for Tucker. Max Muncy goes 1 for 3. Had the walk. Dalton Rushing 1 for 2 with the RBI. How about Hesung Kim going 2 for 4 with an RBI? Then Alex Freeland goes 1 for 3. So it's a much better day for the bottom of the order. Alex Freeland and Kim having some success, contributing to the win with the bat. Here was skipper Dave Roberts after the game talking about Tyler Glasnow's dominant performance and that bottom of the lineup stepping up.
Well, Dave, first, Tyler Glasnow, I mean, he has truly been excellent in these last 2 outings. 7 innings in Denver, of course, the 8 today. When you look at just where he is, and I know you've said this is kind of who he is, but what was so special about this outing for him today?
He just knew we needed to win. And I think all 3 of our guys that went out as far as starters did their jobs. And, today we're kind of on a little funk offensively, and he set the tone. And, the first hitter just looked a little shaky, but then he settled in and really righted the ship throughout. And the stuff continued to get better, and we needed it. Helped the pen, got us a win. And like I said before, this is who he is. And so for me, it's just not surprising. I felt good about pushing him today.
One of the themes for this group this year has really been the bottom of the order when they're able to get going and how that can put runs on the board. What were you seeing, just whether it was Hesung Kim, Alex Freeland, and kind of guys there getting things going today?
Yeah, those 2 guys in particular had 2 nice days. Getting on base and Alec or Hesung getting the 2-out hit, Free getting a couple knocks or a knock and a walk, getting on base and both playing sound defense. And I know Hesung made the 1 error, but just at the bottom, just the at-bat quality. And it was good to see Tuck, getting in the 4 and then, feeling comfortable there, throwing out a couple hits. And that was good to see. So, yeah, just across the board, just a well-played baseball game.
Dave, before the game, you talked about what you were looking for hitters when they recalibrate, and I believe you said line drives up the middle is a good place to start. Kyle Tucker goes out and does exactly that. What was different about the quality of at-bats that you saw from him today?
I just felt that, that double to left center field was, for me, that's his swing. and he hit it on a line and a stand-up double, and then he got a fastball up, which is his nitro zone, and pulled a fastball hard to right field. And then even the called third strike, I felt that was a good take, and they challenged it, overturned, but good at bat. So I think for me, it's like if we can just get him kind of that mind, things will take off from there.
And yes, I did call Tyler Glasnow an ace earlier in the show. He's not the ace. He's one of many aces. I've said on the show, the Dodgers have more aces than a deck of cards at the blackjack table at your local casino. This team is stacked. It's the murderer's rotation. It's an embarrassment of pitches, and Tyler Glasnow certainly is that guy. Now, let's talk about the bottom of the order. Let's talk about some of the roster stuff. And Ha-Seong Kim and Alex Freeland. That has been the talk early on. And because of the fact that Mookie Betts was out with the oblique injury, it allowed them to both get some runway and get an opportunity to play. And that certainly is a good thing because it allows them to get big league experience, and that's what everyone wants. But what will it mean when Mookie Betts gets healthy? And when will Mookie Betts get back? Well, the thing about Mookie is he's swinging. He took a big step. He's facing pitching. But the thing about Mookie is he is returning from an oblique injury. And the way that Mookie swings the bat, it's a lot of torque. It's a lot of movement on the body. You have to rotate very aggressively if you're Mookie. And when everything's right, everything is perfectly simpatico. It's in sync. It's a rhythm. And the last thing you want if you're the Dodgers is Mookie to come back and, one, from a mental standpoint, not feel like he can give his full swing, and two, just have him give his full swing, and that leads to re-injuring that oblique. So they are going to slow play it as much as they can, but Mookie is swinging. He's anxious to play. He wants to get back, and they have gotten guys like Kim and Freeland some valuable experience in the show, and they're going to have a decision to make. Now, when it comes to that roster crunch and what they're dealing with, well, let's say Mookie Betts comes back, but let's throw in the fact that if they want to slow play Mookie into something like a late May, early June, whatever it may be, and we know that Kike Hernandez has already circled the May 25th date at home against the Rockies for his return date. If he wasn't on the 60-day IL, he'd probably be ready to go already. Well, the things that are interesting are here. So Freeland was getting all the at-bats when Betts went to the injured list. But you're not seeing Kim get a lot of at-bats against lefties. Miguel Rojas got a start over Freeland and against righties. And then, look, Kim has looked good. Like, the bats have looked better. Today he gets 2 hits. He just finds a way to make things happen. Yes, it's a small sample size, but the swing is better. It's just a swing that, even if it doesn't yield results, at least you can identify some consistency, and the fact that he's implemented those swing changes to make sure that the bat is staying in the zone longer, it's flatter, the spine level is not rotating as quickly through the zone, so he has more time to square up balls. So he's working on that. Lower body's intact. And big picture, Kim certainly fits this roster more than Alex Freeland does, because he can play shortstop, he can play second base, he can be a backup center fielder, he can be a pinch runner. Alex Freeland, his ticket to the show is playing really good second base, but hitting really well. And today he definitely stepped up. It was a good day for Alex Freeland. But offensively, he has not answered the bell before today. He's got an extended look. He's gone 12 for 58. Has hit just 1 homer and 1 double heading in today. Had a 33.8% strikeout rate. The barrel percentage, average exit velocity is a little bit above average, but he hasn't gone on base as much as they had hoped. The swing and miss has been very high on him. And here's the thing. We can talk about Kim versus Freeland all day, but we're really not that far along from both of them having no spot on the roster. look at the 13 men on the position player side if everyone's healthy. Ohtani, Tucker, Betts, Freeman, Smith, Muncy, Teo, Pages, Kike, Edman, Rushing, Call, Rojas. That's 13 players. That leaves Kim and Freeland as the odd men out. They're going to require another injury or an extended time on the injured list for another Dodger to really get time on the big league roster. So we can talk about Freeland versus Kim, but there's a world where, hey, they're either on the same plane back to OKC or they're a few flights removed, whether it be days, hours, or whatever it may be. Because the truth is, I mean, look at the bottom of this. Kike is not going anywhere. Edman's not going anywhere. Call's their fourth outfielder. Rojas, the veteran. Rushing, the backup catcher. I mean, it's a really, really stacked roster. It's just very difficult, very, very, very difficult to kind of be able to find some time on it. Just really, really is. Now, I think ultimately I could see Kim staying up when Mookie comes back just to kind of give him an extended run. And they'll probably feel like, hey, we gave Freeland an extended run. Let's give Kim an extended run. And then when you look at the roster too, I mean, that list I gave you is assuming they DFA Santiago Espinal, right? So he's going to be a guy that they're going to DFA Santiago Espinal. So, I mean, there's just no spot on the roster for him, and he could find a spot with another team, another opportunity somewhere else. But it's baseball; it's a tough business, man. It really is. Only 700 these jobs in the world, man. It's not an easy sport to make a living at. Now, speaking of injuries, Blake Snell, he threw 32 pitches in a inning plus rehab. His first rehab start for the Class A Ontario Tower Buzzers. Shout out to them against the San Jose Giants. So it was not just the Dodgers Giants in the show, right? You had them too. And Snell, they pulled him with nobody on base in the second inning after 32 pitches. He threw 16 in the first, 16 in the second. And two of the batters that reached against him, they were on errors by the Tower Buzzers infielder. So there's that. He allowed 2 runs, 1 earned on 3 hits in his 1+ inning of work. And the 1 walk and no strikeouts, you look at that in the 8 batters you face, you probably think, okay, that's not great. He got 1. They don't have the radar gun stuff. You don't have the that available. It's not like they have that type of information. But he got 1 swing and miss on 32 pitches. He's a veteran. When guys were on base, he wasn't paying attention to them, most likely. And he knows exactly what he needs to do to get right. Dave Roberts said you're going to need 3 more of these things. So the most important thing is not what he did on that start. It's how he felt after that start in the very next day. So, look, I mean, he began the season on the injured list, was dealing with the shoulder fatigue, did not throw at all in the offseason, essentially, maybe a tiny bit, but very, very, very little. He went crazy in the postseason. Like we talked about, through over 34 innings of very high stress, high leverage work. So they're always going to slow play him. The only thing that matters is that he picks it up and that he kind of gets into a nice groove for this season, and that he's pitching like an ace when the postseason rolls around. Now, talking a little about Shohei Ohtani, I want to get into this a little bit. So Shohei, a .38 ERA this season. Heading into today, he didn't lead the majors. Jose Soriano actually has a better ERA. Just 1 run allowed in 37 2/3 innings for a .24 ERA. Very impressive stuff. But you look at the leaderboards, and that is something that you have to talk about the leaderboards, because until Thursday, when the Dodgers played their 25th game of the season, Ohtani 24 innings, and basically to qualify, you need to pitch at least 1 inning per team game played to qualify. It's very, very simple. And on Wednesday against the Giants, Ohtani pitched 6 innings, and that gave him 24 innings through 24 games this season. So he qualified. And that's what happens when you're Shohei Ohtani, is that You're a two-way player, and you're pitching in a 6-man rotation. And basically, you just want to get him to as close to 162 innings as you can this season, because that is going to be how you get him that Cy Young. Because he's gotten some extended runs in his career. I mean, 166 innings, 132 innings. When he finished 4th in the American League Cy Young, he pitched 166 innings. So that's the 1 year he qualified. So he's only qualified for the leaderboards once in his career. This is going to have to be the year that he does it again if he wants to win that Cy Young. That's going to be the way to do it. Now, I think that he is. I think that he is better than he's ever been. I did a breakdown of Shohei's last start, every single pitch. The biggest difference is the fastball. And that fastball is the best fastball in the Dodgers significantly. And it's the 4th best 4-seam fastball in Major League Baseball right now. It has a 6-run value. A 6-run value. I mean, they can't touch his fastball. He can go 100 if he needs to. He can bring it down to 97. But it's the location and the improved command on the fastball. Just to give you a comparison, his fastball is ranked 4th in baseball. Roki Sasaki's ranked 685th. Has a -5 run value. I mean, he's just incredible with it. He really, truly is. That fastball is absolutely explosive. And I really, truly feel like Shohei Ohtani circled this year as his Cy Young season. He's in his Cy Young era. I think he woke up one day and said, you know what? I'm going to win the Cy Young in 2026. This is my award. And for everyone thinks that the Dodgers aren't going to let him do it because they don't want to compromise him for the postseason, I disagree. I think Shohei, he wants to be the first Japanese-born pitcher to win the Cy Young. Yamamoto wants to be the first Japanese-born pitcher to win the Cy Young. Those awards are significant to them, their country, and the history of baseball in their country. And I think it's something he's pursuing. And it's just electric to watch the dude pitch. I just absolutely love it. It's must-see TV. And we always see the emotion when he pitches, the fire intensity. It's a great sight. But here was Shohei Ohtani after his start yesterday talking about how he felt out there on the mound. So enjoy the ride, Dodgers Nation. We're getting prime Shohei Ohtani. We already got the best offensive year, Shohei Ohtani, the 50-50 season. Now we're going to get the best pitching year. So his years, the Angels were great. They're even better on the Dodgers. The Earth has been around for almost 5 billion years, 4.5 billion years. Baseball been around for almost 200 years. Yet we get to see the best player of all time in his absolute prime playing for our beloved Los Angeles Dodgers. How lucky are we? I mean, really, unbelievable stuff. Really incredible stuff, man. You never, ever gets lost on me how amazing it is that we get this version of Shohei Ohtani. But we are running out of time, so let's get to the walk-off.
The walk-off.
And today for the walk-off, I just want to give a shout-out to Sportsnet LA. They've updated their graphic this year. You got these 2 dots that represent how many ABS challenges they have. It's kind of like timeouts in basketball or for other sports. And also, they added the pitch type for every single pitch. 4-seam, splitter. Look in the box, you can see the type of pitch. So they added that this year. Small detail to some, big detail that I appreciate. I'm obsessed with sports score bugs, and I think they just do a fantastic job. That's why they win all the Emmys. Shout out to one of my colleagues, Jerry Harrison Jr., who I'll have on the show tomorrow. But that's going to do it for this episode of Dodgers Dugout Live. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMac_LA. If you haven't yet, do me a huge favor, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, drop a comment, drop a like. We'll be back full video soon, trust me. And appreciate all you guys. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I am out.
Start the party, Los Angeles! Your Dodgers have won the World Series!
And when the upcoming winter gives way to spring, rest assured, once again, it will be time for Dodger baseball.